Hi, Bea. How are you today?
I'm great, Angela. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule. I know because first off, Bea, we've been working together for 3 months. I want to thank you for joining Evolution 90 and working with me. And Bea is a full-time sales lady. So you're busy, busy, busy. I know you got a crazy career and a wife and a mom, and there's just no time for yourself. So I want to say thank you so much for taking the last 3 months and actually making yourself a priority and allowing me on your journey. So
Yeah,
please introduce yourself and let's talk about the last 3 months together that we've had.
yeah, sure. Yeah, so as Angela said, I'm a mom with kids. I work full time. I'm in sales. I have a really demanding job. So work takes a big part of my life. And finally, when I decided to join the program, I just thought I need to put myself first for a change. And I just in the past have always taken care of everybody else and except for myself. So I was also tired of the yo-yo that I've been doing all my life. And I just once and for all wanted to, lose the weight, feel healthy, feel good about myself. I'm entering this next phase, of my life. I'm getting closer to retirement. So I just, with everybody getting sick these days, COVID, cancer, all these things, I just needed to take care of me. And when I make this new transition into my next phase, I want to be healthy and the best that I can be.
Right. And we did talk about that in the beginning because, we have some health issues, some factors in your life.
Yes. Yeah.
But first, before we even get to that, what was the deciding factor that you decided that enough is enough? I want to make myself a priority because that's what I talk about, making yourself a priority. What made you decide to join me and allowing me to help you in your journey?
Well, it kind of started I've been last year, I went on a keto diet and I lost a bunch of weight. It was good, but then I put it back on. You know what? And it's been the story of my life. And I thought, you know what? I've never done the slow and steady. And whenever I've tried the slow and steady, I've never given it enough time, after 2 weeks, oh, nothing's working. So it's time to give up. So I've never given it a fair chance. And when I met Angela, I was following her and then I was just seeing all these great things. I needed to learn how to eat properly. That was the biggest thing for me, especially when it came to carbs. Whenever I went on a diet or thought I wanted to try and lose, I eliminated the carbs. And what I realized working with Angela is that by even having the carbs, it took away all my cravings. Like I just adding a little bit of carb. I didn't have to go overboard on the carbs, but just adding that, I stopped snacking. I stopped doing all the things. Like I feel like now, I'm eating normal now. Everything I've learned, I have my shakes every morning. I have all these new habits that I've created. So that's what's been so amazing through this. And I know when I'm done, I will continue this. I don't feel like, okay, I'm finished with Angela. Now I can go back to my old ways. I feel like this is my new life. This is the way how I'm going to continue onward now.
It's funny you say that because I get asked that question. So how long am I going to have to do this for? And I'm like, forever.
Yeah.
It's not a diet. It's not a short-term fix where, and as we get older, we get into our 50s and 60s, all of us need to pay more attention to what it is that we're eating and how it feels, right? And how does it feel? And you want more energy. We're so used to just cutting things out and denying ourselves and stuff. I'm not about that. Listen, I come from a big family. We all love to eat. So if someone says to me, "You're not allowed to have this," I'm like, "What, you mean this one? Is this what I'm not allowed to eat?" Right. So if you're denying yourself, it's hard, right? So what we've been learning, and for you, is like, I need you to eat more, and you're like, even more, and I'm like, keep eating, keep eating, right? And it's now you've recognized it's lifestyle. Yeah. Now you have more control, and you're not getting those cravings, which is really wonderful. But let's get back into the amazing news that you shared with me a few weeks back about some of the results from your doctor.
Yeah. So I had high cholesterol and I've been taking statin for the last 2.5 years. And I was at 1.98 was my LDL cholesterol. And so when I went to see my doctor, and it's been up and down and whatnot, but I've never been able to keep it down when I have gone down. And so it dropped. So I started at 1.9, it dropped to 1.61. So, which is really great. I
Yeah.
still have to get a little bit lower, but I'm going to
Mhm.
get there, and I'm doing it the right way. So
Yes.
I was so excited
Me too.
to see those results. Yeah, it
Yeah.
just made me feel good. I can do this, you know?
Yeah. And it wasn't even something that we were focusing on. It wasn't like, okay, we got to bring your cholesterol down because
Yeah,
we
no,
know that we're taking the stress out of your body.
yeah,
We're feeding it better foods and we're giving it
yeah,
lots of nutrients, lots of minerals, lots of vitamins, lots of antioxidants, and we're
yeah,
cleansing and eating at the same
yeah,
time. And we're de-stressing and we're starting to
absolutely.
implement all those good things that just
Mhm.
the byproduct of you doing the good things and taking care of yourself shows. Like
Yeah.
it
And
really,
I
really
think
shows.
one of the biggest things too with doing this is like I finally the inflammation in my belly,
Yeah.
you know, it was huge. I always
Yeah.
would get really bloated. And since I've started this, I've noticed a huge, like my belly is just feels flat all the time. You
Yeah.
know, it's still got a
Woohoo! Such
little
a
bit,
good
but
feeling.
it
Yeah.
feels like when I wake up every morning, I'm going, wow, this feels so
Yeah.
good. You know, even
Yeah.
at night, because nighttime it
Yeah.
was when I used to really feel it. And I
Yeah.
don't have that feeling anymore.
Yeah.
So
We got rid of some of the stuff that just
yeah,
wasn't good for you. So, let's share with one of our something that happened to us pretty quickly in the program, about the 2 or 3 week mark.
yes,
We everyone changes differently. We had some
yeah,
people lose quite a bit of weight first, like really, really
yeah,
quickly. Some people, are losing it in the middle of the program, some people at the end of the program. And for
yeah,
you, you happen to be someone that was at the end of the program, right?
exactly.
So we had a little bit of a hiccup. Do you want to share that little hiccup that
Yeah,
happened?
yeah. So, you know, in the past for me, it's always been, you know, the scale would determine the number and how I was doing. And for me, the number wasn't moving. You know, I did lose a few pounds, but compared to some of the other team members, I was like not losing, and it was getting really frustrating for me. And I was going, "Oh my God, this isn't going to work." You know, I was having those mental inward kind of conversations with myself. And but I said, no, you're not going to give up. You're not going to give up. You're going to keep going. And I'm so glad I did because
Yes. And
um,
you reached out.
I've
You
started
reached
to
out when
see
you were
the
struggling.
yeah,
Yes.
and I
And that
started
was
to see
key.
the results like the last 2, 3 weeks. It's been I did I stopped weighing myself there for a while, but then all of a sudden I started weighing myself again once a week. And then all of a sudden I had to take a double take and look at the scale because I was like, what? Like I was
Yeah.
shocked. So
Yeah.
it was great. And I'm thinking, okay, slow and steady. This is totally working. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad I went through this
Yeah.
to realize and to see that it is working because I know I'm feeding my body all the right things. I'm not doing anything wrong right now. So at some point, something's got to give, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad that I've, you know, stuck it out because now I'm seeing I'm dropping. The weight's coming off now, and with just almost zero effort. It doesn't feel like
Yeah.
I'm, you know, doing
Do you know what I
anything.
mean? Yeah, and
Mm,
the best part is you reached out and you let me know you were struggling.
yes,
And we had a really honest and heartfelt conversation
I did.
and you were letting me know what the struggles were. So
Mhm.
we together talked about it, worked on it, and it wasn't just a 1 minute conversation.
No,
And we now knew we had to change your focus a little bit to
yeah,
help release that stress from it because that's just
yeah,
old programming. That's old programming that
exactly.
comes and haunts you, right? And now we're redeveloping it. It's not that it's never going to come back and haunt you again,
Yeah,
but we are learning better way for you. And
yeah.
that's been the nice part. So you didn't give up on yourself, which most of us
Mhm.
do. Most of
And
us do.
I have to say thank you that I had you, Angela,
Yes.
because that's, you know, in the past, you don't have anybody to talk to about it and you're going through your own struggles. And I did reach out to Angela a few times. And when I weighed myself, I'm going, this isn't working. It's, you know, I'm not
Oh, I
losing or
know.
whatever. And
Yeah.
Angela would get on the call with me and we would talk it out. And then, you know, she would make me feel better or just, you know, stay on the course and, you know, give me a little pep talk and whatever.
Yeah.
And that got me through. It's so helped.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much that helped. So
Yeah. Yeah. One of
yeah,
my clients said to me many, many years ago, together we're stronger. And that
yeah,
is
such a
reality.
treat.
And, and
Um,
us as women, we have so much to offer each other and support
mhm,
each other that's what I love about the community. Yeah. Everyone,
yes.
we've all been going through a little something at different stages and even with myself too. And that's what's it's so beautiful to be able to communicate with each other that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know what, yeah, like my honor. Thank you so much for joining us and doing all this. And
I'm honored. Thank you for having
yeah.
me and for reaching out.
And those moments, those challenging moments that we got through together, that's why I do this, and I
Mhm.
know, like, I know the information that I have, it's not rocket science, but
Yeah,
it's hard work,
yeah,
and finding an easier path. And that's what we've done here. We found an easier way of making it part of our lifestyle, making it something that we just now do. And we're taking every day, we're doing something to take better care of ourselves,
yeah,
which is beautiful,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Couldn't have
Well,
done it
yeah.
without you, Angela. Thank you.
And I thank you. All right. Well, you know what? Thank you for your time today, because I know you got to get back to work. I appreciate it. And yeah, have a fabulous day. And I'll